Today, let's go through some free sewing patterns perfect for June. Welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content, and today's free sewing patterns, we are getting into it. We are doing all patterns perfect for anybody who loves their pets or any dog or cat related products. So each month I do a free Pinterest board. These are all free sewing patterns that I have found online that look like they'd be pretty simple. I do also talk about the range of how hard to easy that they may be as well. And for June, we are doing one all about animals. So the link to this Pinterest board will be in the description of this video. And as you can see, it has so many cute patterns related to dogs and cats, as well as some decorations for them as well. What I've done is, as you can see, we have some quilts, we also have some cat toys, dog toys, as well as some puppy decorations. So what we're going to be doing is just diving right in. We're going to start with the cat and dog quilt. So as you may remember, I actually did have a quilt already for cats. I had a whole thing about like the quilt block, making it. I'll include a link to that video. But in case you were looking for a different type of quilt block, we do have this really fun cat quilt block of the cat sort of laying down. So I'm not going to click on this link as there are 7 different pins in this board for this month, so I don't want to take up too much time. But as you can see, we have the instructions for how to fully make that quilt block. I think this would be very easy to make bigger or smaller depending on your needs, and it has a lot of really great straightforward instructions in case you're interested in making your feline loving friends this cute quilt block, or putting multiple quilt blocks together of cats and having a really fun cat quilt. So next up, don't worry, I did not forget about the dog lovers out there. We have a dog themed quilt block as well. So as you can see, this turned out so cute, I think, and I really do want to try to make this for a couple of friends who have dogs. I think it just looks so fun. If you actually look at it, it's all just squares and triangles, so very simple to put together. Then of course they added that border around. You could decide what type of border you wanted to do, but if you click the read it button, this will then take you to the full description about it. She recently added it to her store. The one thing about this is that, again, there aren't actually instructions, so this is definitely more of a pattern that you would just have to adjust for what size squares you wanted to use. But don't worry, I am going to be doing a full video on how I'm going to try to recreate this, as I think it looks really fun and would be really cute for like if you didn't have bright colors like she did. So I wanted to include this on here just as something fun and easy that you could try to recreate, even though the instructions aren't there. If you're somebody who's really good at just seeing, okay, we have 5 squares, I need to cut out this many squares, I also need to have 6 of these squares that are actually triangles, you could really easily build this out and put it together. Next up, we are going to be moving into dog and cat toys. So I found 2 different toys that you could make for your cats. This one is a really fun little kicker toy. So I've actually made something similar to this before. I did like more of a fish shape and my cat loved it. Cats love these little kicker toys. So you're gonna click this read it button, and as you scroll down, you'll see that she has everything you're gonna need. So some sort of cotton or flannel, polyfill, some catnip. Some people put bells in them. She didn't put any bells in them. And then she goes through how you're going to fill the toy, how you're going to make the toy, turning it all the way around. It's super easy. She even talks about different sizes that you could get. So really, really simple idea, really fun to make, and probably would be really fun for your cat as well to try out something like that for you if you have a very wild cat who loves kicker toys. She even talks about how you could just make these and bring them to craft shows. So definitely a really fun and easy make right there. Next up, we have this little triangle pyramid cat toy. So this one I thought was really fun because I know that my cat likes to hit things around the house. So they talk about exactly where you're going to be sewing everything up and then stuffing it. So if you click this read it button, it will take you to the full blog about how to make it, what you need to make this cat toy. They of course did put some catnip as well as some cardboard just to give it a little more structure, and then just talk step by step on how you can make this toy and sew it all up. So again, very easy toy to make. I think this could be great, especially if you were doing a craft show, you wanted to have some different pet toys, pet themes. You could definitely make, so many of these different things. They're really quick, really great scrap busters, and then you could just have them sewn up and ready to go. Cats are gonna love these. They're gonna hit them around and play with them. She even shows you how to sew an invisible stitch, which is great. Has a lot of That's a really basic stitch that is used very often and will help with your sewing overall. What was really cute is when you scroll down to the bottom, she even has some more cat sewing theme projects in case you just want to make something else. Next up, we are now moving over back to the dogs, and what we have next is this DIY dog bandana. So I will say that I have another video up of how to make a dog bandana on my channel, so if you want to see kind of different types of dog bandanas, I'll be sure to link that. But for this one, very simple and straightforward, so you're going to click your read it button. So you do have to scroll down a little bit, and then talks about the supplies needed. So she had like a fat quarter, works perfectly, sewing machine, rotary cutter, iron. So she has the sizing that you will need for different types of dogs, as well as how to cut out the fabric. So as you can see here, it is a fat quarter, then she folded in the edges, and this is going to allow us to sew and get that bandana to just slide over their collar. And then you can see that this is how you're going to be making sure that you're testing the collar fit and that it stays. And then she just has step-by-step instructions of how to actually put this together, sewing around it, and then you'll be turning it right side out. And then once you do that, you'll be able to personalize it any way you would like. So very simple, very easy, and you can really make this fun in a lot of different ways. You could make a lot of these also for really any season for your furry friend. Next, I'm gonna actually skip over the kennel mats for a second, and we're gonna go straight to the how to make a dog leash. So I thought this one was really fun, as I have seen a lot of people, especially at craft shows, they will make different types of dog leashes and sell them there. But this is a very easy sewing project, so click the read it button. And as you scroll down, you can see that she has a lot of information on how you can actually sew this. She even includes a video, so there's a whole video tutorial so that you could make your own. The one thing I could see being slightly difficult about this is it's going to be thick because of the fabric. So if you have a sewing machine that does struggle with those thick seams, there are a couple different ways and a couple different tools that you can use to really get over them, and I'll include a link to a video that has a little bit more information about that in case you really want to try to make your own dog leash and you're struggling with getting your sewing machine to sew through all of those layers. As you can see though, she does step by step and really shows how you're going to be folding all of this up, so very similar to almost just folding in bias tape, then you're folding the leash over a lot and then doing multiple stitching, making sure that is nice and flat and smooth as you go. And then if you have a bigger dog, you may want to make it thicker depending on the size and strength of your dog. So now I have saved the last pattern. This is make and donate kennel mats. So as you know, I really like to figure out different ways to give back with sewing, and I thought this was really fun, as it not only lets you donate and make something to give to others, but it also uses up any fleece scraps that you may have left over from the winter. So you're going to click this read it button, and as you scroll down, you're going to be able to see that she talks specifically about what you're going to need. So fleece scraps are about 3 inches and wider, your sewing machine, some fabric scissors, iron ruler, and she talks about how for different size dogs, what sizes you'll want, and then you can sew them all together and then stitch around. You get this really fun blanket. So she also talks about where you can send your kennel mats. I did do a little research as well, and depending on your area, it looks like a lot of animal shelters will take them too. So animal rescues can be a little tricky if they actually will take these fleece blankets or not, but animal shelters, your local pound, most likely they will take fleece blankets. So this could be a great way to make something to give back and help those animals that are still looking for their forever home. So I hope you enjoyed the patterns for this month. I really tried to go with this fun pet theme for both dogs and cats. I will have a couple videos coming out of trying to make a couple of these really fun little patterns. If you did enjoy it though, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what free patterns you want to see for July, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.